They were not his enemies. They were not strangers. They were his own brothers. Joseph was young, gentle, and full of dreams. He believed in goodness because he had known love. His father cared for him deeply, and that love showed in ways his brothers could see. But what Joseph did not understand was that love, when misunderstood, can become jealousy. And jealousy, when left unchecked, can become hatred. One day, far away in the desert, his brothers surrounded him. There were no witnesses, no one to stop them, no one to protect him. Their faces were hard, their hearts colder than the stones beneath their feet. They grabbed him, stripped him of everything familiar, and without mercy, they pushed him into a deep pit. Joseph fell into darkness. The light above him shrank. The voices he trusted faded away. Alone at the bottom of the pit, he cried. The silence pressed in on him, heavy and terrifying. In that moment, with tears on his face and fear in his heart, he whispered a question that came from deep within his soul, God, are you still there? There was no answer, only silence. Joseph was pulled out of the pit, but not into safety. He was sold like property, handed over to strangers, taken far from his home into a land he did not know. Egypt was powerful and grand, but to Joseph, it was lonely. He worked hard. He tried to live with integrity. And just when life seemed to offer hope again, false accusations destroyed it all. He was thrown into prison for a crime he never committed. Cold stone walls surrounded him. Chains bound his hands. Days turned into months. Months turned into years. Joseph suffered quietly, forgotten by people, buried by time. He had every reason to hate. Every reason to give up. Every reason to believe that God had abandoned him. But Joseph did not let bitterness take root in his heart. In the darkness of the prison, he prayed. When no one listened, he spoke to God. When hope seemed impossible, he held on to faith. He chose to believe that even if he could not see the plan, God was still working. And then, one day, everything changed. God lifted Joseph from the prison to the palace. From chains to authority. From forgotten to powerful. Joseph stood dressed in royal garments, second only to Pharaoh himself. He had influence. He had power. He had everything the world could offer. But his heart remained humble, shaped by suffering and strengthened by faith. Years passed, and famine spread across the land. Hungry men came to Egypt seeking food. Among them were Joseph's brothers. They bowed low before the ruler of Egypt, never realizing who stood before them. But Joseph knew. He recognized their faces immediately. The same men who had betrayed him. The same men who had pushed him into the pit. Now kneeling at his feet. Joseph turned away. Tears filled his eyes. His chest tightened with memories of pain, loneliness, and injustice. He had power now. Power to punish. Power to repay pain with pain. But Joseph remembered the pit. He remembered the prison. And he remembered the God who never left him. In that moment, Joseph made a choice greater than revenge. He chose forgiveness. He revealed himself to his brothers. Fear filled their faces. They trembled, expecting judgment. But instead, Joseph embraced them. He wept openly, holding the very people who had broken him. And he spoke words that would echo through generations. You meant it for evil, but God meant it for good. In that embrace, the past lost its power. The pain no longer controlled him. Forgiveness healed what hatred never could. Forgiveness did not erase what happened, but it ended the war inside his heart. If God could turn Joseph's suffering into purpose, he can do the same for you. And if this story touched your heart, stay with us. Share it. And remember, no pain is wasted when God is at work.